coming out from Boundary. 19 kills, 10 points on addition because of the winner chicken dinner and cap. That's the best that I got. Boundary just absolutely dominated, and they just went crazy. Millie Island was theirs, and they had no mercy for anyone on their island.
No, you know, and I couldn't have said it any better, Bart, truly. I mean, Boundary Esports, 29 points in game number 1. This is the finals. This is when it matters most.
This is it. You only got 12 games to do something. Oops, and I clicked the wrong thing. But all right. I'm not going to say the wrong name. It is Mayo, and I have been yelled at by him multiple times, so I'm going to get it right. And if I don't get it right, don't at me in the comments. But all right, let's see where this one goes. We have about 20 seconds before Circle does pop ends. I would ask you your take on last match, but I feel like that was so crazy. I don't even feel like it was a normal match, if that makes sense.
No, there was so much going on that it was just impossible to keep up with all of the craziness. But you know what? What I loved most was the circle. It was dynamic. It was wild.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, here we go again. Deja vu, Bart.
I was going to say, I think you were just describing this circle, but my gosh, what is this? There are what? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, just 3. Wait, no, 4? No, 4. I can't count, apparently, for the life of me. There are 4 teams inside this circle, and that is it. And again, about 50% of this is unplayable. So the PUBG gods, they have decided, you know, they just fully woke up and chose violence, man. There's no other definition for what is going on. But Solius, I do love the fact that he went ahead and grabbed this compound early, because this compound is highly contested, and a lot of teams love this compound.
Yeah, Solus there looks like he's blowing off a little steam with the M16, but hey, you got to give him respect. I mean, they're now 4 strong, and with what we saw Affinity Gaming do in round 1 with 3, I'm be watching this team tonight, Bard.
You know, I've seen Solius play. I played a couple games with him. I cannot confirm nor deny if I've been dead and he's carried me and res me multiple times. I don't die in this game. I'm not bad. Why do you stop bullying me? But ladies and gents, you do have Oni, who is just waiting, and he's watching. He is a silent stalker in the night with an M4 and a shotgun. 2 guns that well, if anyone's gonna be scared, I don't know if it'd be Solius. He doesn't really seem like a scared person now that I say it and think about it.
No, yeah, I wouldn't expect there to be too much intimidation. I mean, he might be able to kill a pigeon out of the sky with that 12 gauge, but outside of that, I'm not sure if much is going to go down here, Bard.
All right, I'm going to tell you one of the most embarrassing things ever in my entire PUBG playing career, if you want to call it that.
It's going to get juicy.
So, I started playing this game when it came out in like, what, 2017, 2018? I'd never played an FPS before PUBG, so this was my first...
Oh my God.
This was my first one. So I saw a scope. I saw that it equipped to something, and I was like, cool. It's a snipe. Like it works for that gun because you can equip it, right? So I found out that you could equip a 6X to an S12. And I fully was just like, okay, I'm looking right at this guy. I'm taking shots. Why is he not dying, taking damage, or getting bloodied? And I'm pretty sure I wasted multiple mags trying to take down one single person with an S12 from probably like 50 plus meters out. As soon as I like talked to my friends about it, I was the laughingstock, and fair enough, honestly. Like I just kind of deserve it at that point, but potentially dangerous.
You were going to say you killed somebody with the 6X SK12, because that would have made it legend, brother.
That would have been crazy. But no, the furthest shotgun kill I've gotten was 63 meters. It was in heaven. Someone was flying over, and I just kind of like, you know, my teammates hit him a couple times, and I like hit him out of the sky. And I had a buddy may or may not have raged at me, but it was funny. It was a good time. This game is great. I love this game, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, out of all the different various options of FPS games that we could choose, I always end up coming back to PUBG, Bard.
Well, that's because it is a great game, and I really would kind of love to stay on this one, but we'll see about Q5 as Rise is taking some shots over at them, and Rise has not opted for the high ground. They've opted for the safety and security. of the compounds, but War and Arson, now they're going to collapse a little bit more. And, well, now we go back into the PD. Possibility of danger, but currently nothing active.
Gabri here sneaking up. Obviously, Affinity not having a clue as to his current location. I would like to see a little early carnage here out of PD.
Potentially, you can almost always. So, all right, I'm going to go off on a quick side note. Actually, hold that. Oh, okay. Oh, what? Okay. Gabri apparently just deletes Ducky. And, yeah, deletes Ducky and Solius now. He's got to try and save his teammate. And, well, he does a lot of damage, but he does not get the knock. And the rest of Infinity, they're nowhere to be seen. They are all still in, oh my gosh, Primorsk. Totally had to remind myself what that place was called.
The HE grenade connecting for 30 damage onto the knock target. This is going to be an interesting situation for potentially dangerous here to get an early couple of kills.
Well, it is also a fantastic compound inside of Circle. Gabri's got to be careful, but Solius has absolutely no cover. Gets taken down. And, well, I don't know if Kex or Mayo should really come here. And I think what's also fearful for them is that they are going straight into two other squads with both Sneak Attack and Karam. And now the crash is coming in, but Kex, oh my lord.
Shots. Talk about fish in a barrel on that one.
Clinical is probably the words I would use to describe. Is that was brutal. I think he would go to prison in most states for what he just did there.
You know, much love to Affinity, of course, but, you know, I have to give Gabri a really big check mark of love there on that whole situation. He took his time, he waited for the correct opportunity, and his team was able to knock out Affinity in game number 2.
Well, Affinity might not be the only team with woes as pest control. They have opted to not take shots, maybe over at Kite, but they would have to take a vehicle out first. And, well, Josh, he just says, hey, guys, I'm here. Back away from me is Blissey. They are trying to catch someone out here, and Hot and Spicy is the closest one. He takes his shots, but so far connecting absolutely nothing except for the metal of the car.
Yeah, unfortunately, Hot and Spicy there. I mean this with nothing but love, but AIM Labs might be in your future, my friend.
Yo, that is toxic. I kind of love it, but oh my gosh, that's rude. All right,
you
guys.
With a fedora and a cigar in your left hand.
Guys, we are now gonna just go ahead and purposely watch Cap and AIM Labs, because you got to back yourself up after saying something like that, brother. You can't you can't do that.
I rescind my previous statement.
Exactly. See, I'll be honest. My point of view is basically if I can't do what they are attempting to do, I can't say anything about it. So I'll say, yeah, you probably should have hit those shots, or you might want to work on it a little bit. But I try not to crap talk people, because it's just it's not nice, and I'm just a caster. That's all I am. But Young Stunna Boys, they have honestly again another solid compound inside of Circle, and Pest Control, they're just watching them for right now.
Yeah, I like the decision to stop here for Young Stunna Boys. They know that Pest Control is up in the woods to the northeast. They might want to take a fight.
But who didn't know was Panna that Blissey was here. Blissey says, thank you very much. You were quiet and you were respectful, but I am still an unfriendly neighbor with a hose in my hand.
Yeah, Blissey, nice early frag there, getting 1 point on the board for Pest Control. I like the decision to hold, and it worked out for him.
Well, there's still one member here that needs to be wary and very careful, because Beleda is close to a couple of members, and this is not safe. Out of everything that I could say, this is not safe for him.
No, I would have to second that motion. I would not want to be in Beleda's position right now.
Well, I don't mind it anymore, because apparently Blissey and Spicy are just going to go ahead and get the heck on out of here. So it's going to be fine. They're just going to leave. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But Circle is...
Sweat is made to evaporate, Bard. Sometimes you get a little nervous, just let it pass.
Interesting. And not expecting that one, but... all right, Circle is closing up. We finally now have almost all the teams inside Circle, as we see Tempest taking some shots over at Swole Squad, who had honestly a solid game. They had a couple of points. I would say it's a good average. They didn't pop off, but it was solid. A good start.
They're consistent, and we like consistency.
Ooh, well, these teams need to figure out what they want to do instead because, well, the circle has shifted hard east. And Mir
Man,
Ruim,
Bart, I just can't get over how much unplayable terrain.
it is crazy. This is what I call a Pepsi circle. To be fair, it's what someone else said, so it's not me. But whenever something's like crossing water, it's just called a Pepsi circle, and I love it. A Pepsi circle just makes so much sense.
We got a third of the map in
Hold
water,
up.
another third. Oof.
Enlon
Nice.
just didn't know.
N24.
I feel like Enlon should have known exactly where he was getting shot from, but instead he just had no knowledge. But Abdu, he found a knock, found a flush, and now, well, Chuck, he is trying to nade him, but he gets to the compound relatively safely. As well, Boundary and Q5 exchanging high velocity lead.
Here comes Hooligan and Dad Buff to bring in some backup for Tempest here. I don't know. They're going to be able to save.
Oh, you got to hit those shots. Palix, he's going to be kicking himself after that one as Chuck, well, he escapes inside of the circle. And Toxic, he did what he could to try and save his teammate some of that lead. But
Man.
Henry's also here, man. There's so many teams that are just incoming from every single place.
Yeah, this is going to be a converging center point of action here. You can see in the upper right of the minimap now as Boundary is swarming in to take over the kills.
It's Boundary, it's Dubhub, it's Tempest, it's Mir Ruim, it's Soul Squad. Like, there's so much going on here, but a flush is coming out. I am curious. Okay, Penry is actually, never mind. Penry is just chilling in the ground as, well, Dubhub, they go ahead and knock Devil as all of these teams now are just like, oh, yo, hold up. Can you guys just let us take one fight by ourselves? This is annoying. But Nitro goes ahead, tries to go for the res. Kaboom's actually getting flushed out. Boat gets knocked. Hold up. Did I just miss something? I totally did. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Boat
Oh my gosh. Henry, finally he awakens. Well, Dubhub goes down in an instant. Henry takes out 3 of them as Devil Vibes is trying to get res and Abdu. Well, I mean, he's knocked, but he's alive. And now Mir Ruim, I think, are they just down to Denver in the shack? Yeah, they're just down to Denver, but he is not in his shack. He's still trying to have to find something here. And Enlon, I fear for you, my friend. Is Conf going to go ahead and take some shots over at him? As, dude, I don't know if these players are keeping track of kill feed, but this is insanity to try and make sense of.
Oh, it truly is. I mean, you know, one thing that I've noticed, even in the first 2 matches here with Boundary Esports, is their ability to really fan out against their opposition, and it's working out. I mean, Penry coming to life there and securing a bunch of kills for his team. This is exciting.
That is the biggest question, essentially. How much can you flex out without taking damage? And so far, Boundary, they have been incredibly blessed, as we saw, especially last game. Oh, you see. Please. I was going to say, you got to hit those shots. But Denver says thank you very much. But Enlon hits him hard. And, well, he's going to finish him off with the bolty.
Yeah, Denver with a nice spot out there with the barrel, but getting omeletted pretty quickly with an M24. We'll see you in the next one there, bro.
Luminoso taking some shots over at Quinn. But Quinn, it makes his way away. And, well, Circle, it does shift again. And, my lord, dude.
Look at this.
I think Fate might be going for the dip. I think Fate is just going to go here. This is the pretty common one that people are going to crash, and it is pretty center right now. So we'll see. Am I right?
Yeah, I think you're spot on.
Let's go. Yeah, they're going to try to take as much space as they can, try to make sure that they can control their vehicles as Mimic. It seems like they want to try to do the same thing, but it might be a little bit too late as Flax, they are going to see the vehicles, they're going to see the players. Drinks, this is your time to shine. One goes down, Quinn goes down. Now IQ versus Jinx in a 1v1 as reinforcements try to come in. Sang takes down Tater. Jinx 2 down, but never mind, he goes. And, well, I think that was Team Fate eliminated in an instant, but Mimic, they still have to, ooh, do not run over your teammates. Mimic, they get 3 of those, and, well, it looks like Quanda actually is the one who found Zenny, so that point going to go over to Young Stunna Boys.
You know, Fate really doing the best that they could there. You know, there's a lot of merit in trying to take a centralized position early, but with that centralized early position, it's very difficult to hold.
It is really difficult to hold, especially just because of how open it is. So the thing about this spot is that typically you want to have a ton of util, which they do. They have vehicles, which they do. And ideally you would have emergency flares, so you get a lot of some cover coming down. But this is basically the only playable dip in most of this area. So it gives you the most cover, secondary to where Young Stunna Boys is. Typically, you're not going to see Young Stunna Boys have a ton of points until circle 6-7. 6-7, I hate myself for that. But that is probably around the time that they're going to pop off the most. And a lot of teams are going to be around them, and they can just go ahead and pick up those points. But Boundary, they're going to spot out Tempest. A lot of damage coming in. And Alex, he goes down to blue, and Nitro says, oi, I want that. And, well, it doesn't matter because the blue is still going to be the thing that picks him up. Is Hugh and Abdu. Now they're trying to make their way inside, but Boundary still is a force to be reckoned with. And Enlon goes down to Nitro. And oh, good shots. And actually, it's War from far downtown as Hugh with a 4X, never mind, a red dot on an MP5. He tries to hit the shots, but the shots just are not connecting.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to
good frag.
The
that second one, though, it doesn't matter as War actually does pick up a point, which is great for Rise. But, oh, my Lord, what is this madness? I love this game.
Oh, this is just nonstop carnage. I think there's going to be no shortage of it for the whole evening. And again, Boundary just flexing by separating and
oh my God. Oh my Lord. Well, Crystalani, he's actually going to go ahead and take down Seifu as Seifu goes down, or as Seifu takes down Shikuchin. Well, it is just chaos and carnage at every single side, and my camera is trying to find a way to reconcile what is going on. And, well, looks like Devil vibes. Come on, camera, please work. War is going to go ahead and take down Devil.
By War. Yeah, this is an opportunistic time for Rise Esports to gain an advantage over Boundary here. They have the advantage. They have the high ground. They have the knock. Can they finish? You
got to remember that Rise already lost one player here, as well as potentially Dangerous, but it doesn't matter. You have to deal with the Devil on your doorstep, and Comp, he is knocking and not ringing the doorbell.
Yeah, I second that motion once again, Bard. This team, Boundary Esports, they came to play. They are ready to eat today.
Well, Back Monster now, the last one left. He has an M249, going to take down Comp incredibly easily, but now the rest of Boundary know exactly where he is. He has nothing but smokes and a prayer.
Ooh,
and well,
the flesh.
It was a good one, but Nitro just tosses a nade and down goes Rise.
Yeah, nice attempt there, but as you said, they were down a man going into that encounter, so despite the knock, it was 50-50, and they did the best they could.
Well, they tried, but unfortunately their best was not enough this time around. Tony from PD. Ooh, I hear a Lynx there, and Penry, he goes down, and Oni, he is trying, and does he take it down the vehicle too? I don't think he does, but Nitro, he might go down to Tony, as wow, Comp is going to be able to make it away with Devil, but they don't have a ton of places to go that is safe inside the zone. And Tony's just going to go ahead and smoke off his angles, try to make sure that he can survive this one. But Nitro, well, he has been spotted. The blue at his back, and, well, he goes down to Glock with a beautiful, beautiful bolty.
I think what we're seeing here in this particular side of the map, Art, is just one team third-partying the next one after another. And I think potentially Dangerous looks to be the team that's going to clean up here, particularly on position.
Yep, Comp taken down again, but Swole's squad, they now have to make their way. They have to egress as nades come in, but it should be totally fine for them. But nope, it's basically a domino effect. That's all you see. One third party, the next third party. Well, down goes Kodak to Joshi, and Pest Control, they are a nasty squad. We've seen them so many times. And, well, I have a feeling that they are going to put in the work against this Swole squad.
100%. Yeah, despite the utility coming from Soul Squad here, there's no way that they're going to be able to push into this against Pest Control's dominating backwards position.
Well, Joshi trying to get the slight angles that he can. Blissey finds Rumple as well. Natty, it looks like he's about to try and make a run. Joshi nades behind the shack. I mean, he's going to bleed out to blue. There's no way that this man can get res. Gabri, ooh, Gabri actually steals one. Q5 taken down by Oni finally.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see Natty deny for Soul Squad as their fourth man will fall to gas, it looks like.
Well, let's see. I think he's just going to try to med. He doesn't have a ton left, but he's trying. You know, that's all you can ask. But now you see this is the point that Young Stunna Boys, I don't know. they can still kind of get oversighted from the south and the east. So I don't know if I'd say that they should be collecting a ton of points here, but let's check in on them. Okay, they got 2, both of them going over to Quanda as well. Rats, they got to find their way in, and they could actually just opt to go for the crash onto Mimic.
Yeah, young Stunner Boys with the real estate ideal for a circle such as this, but unfortunately, it's a very low portion of the map. So for them to be able to find some kills and knocks, I think it's going to be a stretch.
Yeah, especially you are able to actually get on top of this warehouse. Is DJ trying to do that? Never mind, he's inside. You can actually get on top of it, but especially with the hills oversighting, it's very difficult to do. So Beleda and Joshy. Ooh, I did not think that this fight was going to be popping off, but it doesn't matter. Down goes a couple Grizz, and Blissey left alive, but Ray Zav, they're putting in the hurt, and I fear that Pest Control may not be long for this world. Blissey goes down to his own nade, and now Grizz, the coach. This is the man that, well.
Oh, wow. Nice shots, though.
Immediately, though, potentially dangerous incoming from the side as Rats, actually, they're crashing onto Mimic as well, and I'm very curious about that fight as well. So let's go in. Luminoso is the last one up for Rats. He's trying to push in, 2 are down on the side of Mimic. This is when a C4 would be perfect. That blue zone nade is right on him. He's got to be careful. Gonna go ahead and use the smokes, try to go in, but it doesn't matter. As saying it does get the frag, and now Mimic should be able to go back up to full strength.
Yeah, we find ourselves once again here with 5 teams remaining going into our final 4. I think that Devil is hiding in the corner somewhere far in the west. But I think at the moment you gotta look at young Stunner Boys and you gotta look at PD.
Well, Zav, they have to make. I mean, there's not much that anyone can really do against this fight. I would say that someone should capitalize, but no one can really push out. No one can do anything. PD should be able to just clean it up like a mop. And, well, Tony takes down Panna, and now it is all Tony.
Yeah, this not only was this a great opportunity for them to pick up some points, potentially dangerous, but they're going to be able to load up on utility there. The team that they just fragged out really had a lot for them to.
Kite.
Oh, Kitey.
I feel bad. I know what he was going for. I love the idea. I love the thought, but there's just still too many people alive. And Devil vibes,
Devil coming back to life.
Yeah, I mean, he took inside of the secret room, which was a good call. Ooh, he's on 23 HP, but he does make it. And a nice hero play coming out from Young Stunner Boys to go ahead and pick up their teammate. And Circle does continue to go to Young Stunner Boys. And now the question is, can they repel all borders, repel all invaders, and maintain captaincy of their own ship?
Potentially dangerous. 11 kills. I mean, good distribution. We've got 2 rounds left in the links for Naviton. If I'm mispronouncing that, I'm very sorry. But this is a dominating situation for them here regardless. If they get a knock, they got to push.
I don't know. I think it's dependent on a lot of different things, because especially, Mimic still has 4 up, so they're kind of all in the same wavelength, and as soon as, well, never mind. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna let them do their thing. You know what? But Boundary in the top 4 with, I think it was 8 kills, and I mean, honestly, not looking too bad at all. But Circle is closing. Devil does have to make his move in. So do Mimic, Sang taking a couple of shots for his troubles. And I think does he just make it inside zone?
I think it's going to be
they're still outside.
Close.
I think where Flax is safe. All right, saying that it's safe is a very generous term. I don't know if I would say that it's safe, but it's inside zone, which is, I think, better. But also, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I do want to point out, they took out the tires to try and lessen the angles that the other teams had. I would actually recommend taking out the other tires, but it does make the vehicle very low on HP. But, I mean, they're going to have to get rid of that vehicle. And how many smokes do they have? Let's do this one. They got 2 smokes. Ugh, they got 2 smokes.
We're probably not going to have a chance to go into detail on this point that I'm making, but, we got PGC going on right now, and I've noticed so many teams carrying 3, 4, 5, 6 Doritos with them.
Oh, yeah.
The deployable cover, and this is a situation where these types of teams could really benefit from a lot of that mobile cover, Bart.
Yeah, it is a fair point, and it's really about how you want to play the game. And oh my gosh, this US is literally pushing them out. They're saying apparently gets knocked to himself, and he is inside of the vehicle. As this is one of PUBG's. This is PUBG.
That was a PUBG moment, no doubt. As saying is literally inside a burning car.
Oh my gosh. Well, Quinn, he is getting bullied. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Zone is closing there, technically inside, but it is not looking too great for them. Oh my lord, Sang, he's getting, oh, he really is getting bullied. I actually want to see what it looks like. Who am I on? All right, I'm on Glock. I want to see what it looks like from his POV. Oh, come on. As soon as I start looking, you stop looking? Bro, come on. That's just toxic. Ooh, all right. Tony, though, going to go down to Yanlo. That is opening something up. And Kwanzaa actually finding Gabri as well. This is pretty big for them. But again, they have the compound. They don't really want to push out. So they should be able to get these reses for free. And there's nothing that they can do. The best hope for Mimic is that either they give up these points, and is Sang still inside the vehicle? He's safe inside the vehicle, right, guys?
I mean, hey, you got to make the best of both worlds here. Look at this. I love it.
He's in the driver's seat, guys. Don't worry. He's got this. He's got this.
He's holding it down.
Yep. He will survive. Does he have meds? He does not have meds. I think he's kind of given up. Oh, Sang, I'm so sorry for you, sir. At this point, you just gotta laugh, honestly. But Mimic, a solid game for them. Mimic kind of know what's going on here, and I think that they're just gonna go down. They're gonna die. They don't want to give over the points. But now it is a time for potentially dangerous to activate Young Stunna Boys. This is the moment that Mimic should be making their way inside as Young Stunna Boys. They have to deal with PD, or do they just fully ignore them and go for Mimic? Yanlo, he is opting to go for Mimic, as Mimic is just running through the field, nothing but their pans out and hoping, praying that no one is spotting them out, but it does not matter. Flashdown takes another, and now Young Stunna Boys down to 2 as PD, their desperate move has helped out Mimic.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what an impressive output here from Mimic, despite their position. I mean, being able to do what they've done, you got to give them credit for this. They're still in it as well.
They're trying their best, but there's a lot of stuff that they just cannot control. And they did the plays that they could, and now potentially dangerous. They're potentially dangerous. See, this is kind of the problem. Like, I know that Young Stunna Boys, they have a couple of points. All right, they have 7 points. I can't really say anything. I was going to make a point, but my point was null and void as soon as I realized that they had 7 points. I thought they had fewer, but... Oh, IQ, yep. Unfortunately, well, and they got 8, so I should really just shut up as Yanlo sits down. Tony, and he is a little bit further away, but DJ going down to Glock. And Young Stunna Boys down to 2 again.
Yeah, Young Stunna Boys here really trying to put something together. They only put 3 points on the board in game 1. This is a fabulous opportunity for them to try to do it the best they can, and hey, they're doing great right now against PD.
Well, they're trying, but Glock is going to find Yanlo, and now that they know that there is just one alive, the blue zone is going to re-knock DJ. And Kite, he has to make the impossible task possible if he wants to win this chicken dinner.
The man has got a plan, and he wants chicken to be in the middle of it.
So is he making a chicken sandwich? I'm honestly a little bit confused, but I also love it at the same time.
Well, considering he's the last one for Young Stunna Boys, it might be turkey.
Oh, I mean, it was Thanksgiving just a week ago, so I mean, something. But preemptively nades the stairs, but I think that they're going to hear that, and it's going to be fine as Tony does spot him out. A lot of damage incoming, and well, I feel like, yep, he's going to push on up. Gabri knows exactly where he should be. He does smoke the stairs. I love the play. Spots out Tony. Beautiful shot, sir. That was absolutely fantastic. But now you have to make... Oh, okay. He's still alive, but... Oh, no. Well, Glocky is going to find him as